Hello, friends. This is Tony DeSant, space rocker of the planet Earth. Today, beautiful day outside. Back with another video in my new sessions of blogs, VOLG vlogs of the not so fake news. Not so fake news. Yes, I started this not so fake news now. I used to decipher the fake news, but it so just happens that now you don't have that many fake news anymore. Everything is like kind of happening in real time, and whatever you see is what you get. That's what's happening right now with this administration, where they might change their mind every now and then, but they might say something and they're either going to do it or they'll change their mind and do something else. But you have to be on your toes. It's your job to be on your toes and paying attention to see what's going to happen. And of course, you know, it's kind of settling right now because it's already been 3 months, and I can't feel that. I don't want to say the word, but it's something that comes out of your pores. Like people were like edgy. I don't feel that anymore. And so now people are settling down, and I don't hear my friends saying that we're going to die, we all going to die, or we are going to be like in doom and gloom. And of course, there are some headlines, and I'm going to read them to you, but it doesn't mean that that's going to happen. Say something about that Trump said. He just mentioned, I'll be an 8-year president. Today he mentioned, I'll be an 8-year president. But you tell me, what else can you be? The Constitution says that you can run for 4 years, you can run for re-election to get another 4 years. And he wasn't the first one that did that ran for 4 years, waited, and then came back for another 4 years, which gave him 12 years, actually, because he was never off the table. Because every time you know his name, every time you heard mention his name, every single day in the last 12, 13 years, you have heard the word Trump. So in reality, he extended to be a 3-term president, just being a 2-term because that's all he can be. Okay? And he knew that from the beginning. So it just so happens that it happened this way. And I don't want to get into the debate of who cheated, who did this, who did that, who didn't count the votes, what votes went into the rivers. I don't want to know. I don't want to know about all that, because, in fact, I that's like telling me that there's aliens, but show me the proof. I know there's aliens. My sister has seen one, but it doesn't mean that everybody believes it, because there is now no physical proof. So, I'll be an 8-year president. Tell me something I don't know. I knew that from the beginning. And everybody was like, oh, we're going to have a dictator. He's going to re-elect himself. He's going to, he's going to be one of these guys that never gets off the thing. At his age, And I'm just laughing at the whole thing, right? But then again, you have to go with the flow. Now, this is real. There's a possibility that they're gonna reopen Alcatraz. That used to be a bad prison for bad criminals. Alcatraz, an island. Okay? And if you want to escape from Alcatraz, I think they even have a movie about that. You have to swim, you have to jump, get out of jail, jump, and then fight the sharks. And I think there was people that did it. Apparently. Don't quote me on this because I don't know exactly the history, but they do have a movie, Escape from Alcatraz. You could watch it if you want. I haven't watched it. But anyways, that's one of the things they're talking about. And of course, we're still dealing with this tariff war. And that just means that the negotiations are on the table and there's really nothing put in place yet because they had an extension. So we're gonna see in maybe about I think it's 80 days, maybe it's more, maybe it's less, I'm not sure. But they're negotiating not only with China, but Vietnam is in the mix, India's in the mix, just people that wants to get products to us and how much they gonna pay to get the products to us. Where before they used to get the products to us and we didn't charge them anything most of the time, most of the countries. But now that's stopping now. So there's gonna be a fee. Anybody that wants to sell us something, they have to pay. They have to pay to get the stuff here. And of course, we also have to pay to get the stuff that we sell to them over there. So that's mainly the negotiations that are happening. We have to be patient about that. We have to wait and see. That's nothing that's going to happen overnight. That's something that's being negotiated, and it's for the best of all of us, of this country. So you have to be positive and you have to be patient that it's going to work. Okay? And if it doesn't, things get gridlock or stop for some reason, or there's like misunderstanding here and there, or somebody gets all rowdy, then buy yourself some rice, buy yourself some beans, okay? And stop your spending. You should stop your spending right now, actually. And that was addressed this morning. The president said that certain doll didn't have to be bought 30 times. It can be bought 3 times, 3 different versions, and that should be enough. And of course, just by him saying that, the price of dolls are going to go up. And actually, the consumption of dolls are going to go up. So anything that he says is just gold, okay? So, and people don't understand this, but certain companies should be appreciative of this issue, of this thing, because when you are at that high level, you're the leader of the free world. You got to watch out what you say, because what you say, people take it and they run with it. And of course, going back to I'll be an 8-year president, what else can he be? He got to be in our mouth for the last 10 years, okay? In fact, I told my mother he was going to be the president a year and a half before he even said he was going to go in as a president. But that's another story. He actually got a good 12 years, or he's going to get a good 12 years in there to do good for this country, hopefully. And I'm having my hopes up because that's all I can do, okay? Like I said, we're all in the 99%. There's very few people in the 1%. And the 99%, which is us, has to scrap, scrundle, and do all kinds of things. Sometimes not to get caught, but things that are legal, but barely a little sleazy, maybe. Barely. So that's all we can do. And we have to be happy about it. That's the thing. We have to be happy about it. And like I said, we have to gather as a community, have fun, do whatever you like, and be happy. And forget about all that other stuff. You have to pay attention. But don't let that rule your mind. And with this one, I want to say hi to everybody. I want to say hi to all the people around the world that follow my videos and follow my music. I know who you are, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's over 80 million of you already on my channel. Thank you so much. This is Tony Desan, space rocker of the planet Earth, still living in this beautiful planet called Earth. Today, with the message of don't buy too many dolls.